You will need to watch this video to the end. If you are planning to take IELTS to enable you to come to the UK on the health and care visa, religious visa, startup, skilled worker visa, student, innovator founder, or you are planning to apply for indefinite leave to remain or citizenship, this evening, the Home Office has just announced a significant news which could affect your English language proficiency test. These changes has been announced in response to recent reports about some people forging their English language proficiency test results. Okay, so I'm going to show you the government website. The new changes that the government just announced today states that you will need to take secure English language test in a recognized center approved by the government for your English language proficiency test results to be recognized. Okay, this applies to people in the UK and those abroad. So this information is very, very significant. Hey, my name is Francis. If you are seeing my face for the first time, I do videos on migration through the different routes such as student, skilled workers, and I share information that would help your migration journey. Immigration policy, as you can see this evening, changes rapidly, and as a result, it is in your best interest to stay up to date when it comes to information. Information, they say, is power. Information can change or determine your outcome, and I would strongly suggest that you consider subscribing to this channel. We release video weekly on the different migration routes, so you will benefit from subscribing to this channel. I will encourage you to subscribe to this channel and follow us on the different social media platforms. So let me just quickly summarize what I've said. There's been new changes to English language proficiency test. You will now have to take your test in a secure English test. That is the new test that's just been approved, and this you can only take your test in a test center which has been approved by the UK government. So let me take you to the government website. I will leave a link in the description section about these recent changes so that you will be able to go to the government website and read this recent development. So let me take you to the website now. Okay, so as I was saying, basically before I go onto the website, let me show you something. So I suspect this is the reason for these changes. As you can see, dozens of nurses and midwives from Nigeria are still working in the UK despite fear their medical exam results are fraudulently or incorrect. Now, this is one of the biggest newspaper in Nigeria, which raises questions about the people that are currently working in the UK as healthcare professional, how they obtain their English test. So that is that. So let me show you the major change. So basically, as you can see, so basically what he's saying is approve your English language abilities with a secure English language test. It's called SELT, Secure English Language Test, okay? So for visa or citizenship application, you may need to prove your knowledge by passing a secure English test. This one applies to those in the UK and those abroad, okay? So it says here there are two types of tests as different immigration routes require different levels of English language test. The test you will take depending on what you're applying for. For instance, if you are applying as a student, startup, skilled worker, scale-up worker, minister of religion, innovator, founder, high potential individual, health and care workers, what you need to do for the following application route, you will need to take a test that accesses your reading, writing, speaking, and listening. So anyone who wishes to take a test in the following field must, anyone who wishes to come to the UK on the following field must take listening, writing, speaking, and listening ability. You must take those 4 tests if you're coming to the UK. For those in the UK who wish to apply for citizenship, international sportsman, parent, partner, representative of overseas British settlement, you will need to take 2 tests. So in that case, you will need to take 1 test. You just need to prove your English language, to demonstrate that you understand English and listening. Okay, that is the 2 tests you're going to take. So I'm going to leave a link in the description section. So these are if you are in the UK, you can only take the test from these 4 approved provider: IELTS, CELT Costrom, Language Set, Pacing, Trinity College. These are the 4 providers that you can take your test with if you reside in the UK. Okay? If you live outside the UK, you must take the test from these 4 providers. If you take it from any other provider, it will not be recognized. Don't worry, I will leave a link in the description section. Okay? So for your test to be accepted, you must be, your test, where you took your test must be on the approved English language test. You have sat the test in the approved location, have been awarded in the last 2 years. Okay? The list of approved providers assessed as meeting the Home Office requirement under the secure language test. So it must be someone who has been approved by the Home Office, that you're using a test that is recognized. If you intend to use an English language test in your immigration or nationality application, you must take one of the tests on the list. So this are, if you're planning to apply for indefinite leave to remain or citizenship, you must take one of these tests. Okay, so basically that is what it says there. Okay, so this is, I will pay attention to this. So where 2 or more components, reading, writing, speaking, and listening of a test are examined and awarded together, for example, a combined exam and a certificate for reading and writing, you must show that you have achieved the required score in all relevant components. So basically, what this means is that if your test means that you have to pass reading and writing, you must pass both on the same day. You must make sure that you have reached the benchmark that the Home Office set as the pass mark. So if you pass reading and you did not pass writing, you will not be classed as someone who passed the test. So that is very important. So let me quickly show you the website now. So this is basically, this is the approved language text. Okay, these are the provider, and this is the minimum that you have to get. Okay, say for instance, here it says, for instance, you're doing the listening, speaking and listening, you must get a minimum of 60 out of 100, which I think is still easy to get for you to be classed as pass. Okay, that is for speaking and listening. For example, this one applies here. Basically, a minimum of 60 in most of them is classed as pass. That is for speaking and reading. Let's just quickly look at the other ones here. Here, that applies again. So basically, you just need to be aware of this test location, and you need to make sure that you take your test in one of the approved centers. If you are in the UK or abroad, make sure you follow the Home Office guidelines and take your secure English test in an approved center which has been approved by the Home Office. I will leave a link in the description section so that you can read up on this. So it's very, very important that you use the right test, because you do not want to put in all the effort only for you to find out at the end that your test has not been approved by the Home Office. If you have found value for this information, consider subscribing to Launch Club. Follow us on our different social media platforms. We want to help as many of our people as possible to make sure that they have the right information for them to achieve their immigration dream. So the last thing I want to quickly show you here, which is here, is looking at here, we're looking at, for instance, speaking. Listening, for instance, you need to score, for you to be classed as pass, you need to score 4, and the same applies to reading. So as I said before, you have to, here, looking at listening, you have to score 33 over 50. So all these, I'm going to leave it in the description section so that you can have a look for yourself. You know, for instance, some of these tests you may need to score higher, but again, you can read up on this. I'm just sharing this update for you regarding the recent change to the secure English language test. So make sure you subscribe to Launch Club. Consider following up on our social media platform. I will see you when I release my next video. Thank you.